When drawing the ear, one always needs to consider drawing the outside line on the structuring part of the ear, looking at what the shape is. From the back of the ear, moving around the lobe towards the inside part of the darkest part of where the ear is. From there, moving across the cartilage, around where the turning point is, from the furthest to the closest part of the ear. And in this instance, as each ear differs, again, we look at the roundness of the ear from the edge around to the bottom lobe, up to the inside center point of the ear, around the cartilage, going back up, turning point of the ear, and if the image is released, we have an ear. If it is from behind, again, we're looking at the edge of the ear itself, moving down to the lobe, into the darkest part of the center point of the ear, moving to the back of the ear to the head. If we consider drawing the ear, again, we look at the outside structuring of the ear, moving down into the turning point from the center point of the ear, around to the edge, back to the lobe, and center. If the ear is more to the side, again, from the outside going into the turning point, from the cartilage around to the bottom of the lobe, moving back up, and the turning point on the top part of the cartilage. With that ear, moving it to the side, again, top part of the lobe, bottom part of the lobe, turning point, and edge attached to the head. Again, to draw the ear from the side is again starting off from where the ear is attached, around the edge, bottom of the lobe, back to the center, into the turning point of the top part of the ear, back down to the lobe, turning point on the roundness of the lobe, back up to the cartilage. A small little S shape is always something to remember when drawing the ear when it's directly from behind to draw the lobe. Now let's draw the ear from the start to end with tonal value. Again, outside, moving back to the lobe on the inside, around to the lobe from the top to the edge of the ear, to the bottom, center point of the ear, back into the cartilage, turning point on the cartilage at the top, and the small little gap in between the turning cartilage and edge of the ear. We then start to define our estimate of tonal values, looking at where the darkest parts would be of the ear, indicating that with the same thickness and density of line, but just using quicker, fainter line work to eradicate lines, moving the directional lines in different directions according to the form. So we start to build up the tonal value from light to dark, moving across the ear from cartilage, darker points on the inside of the ear, and the roundness moving to the top where the light comes in. What we need to consider here the whole time is blending different directions of line work so that we move away from directional line but getting a smooth, softer blend. It's a constant layering process, moving from light to dark, but again, we look at where our light source comes in, look at the turning point of the ear and the lobe at the bottom, looking at how it moves across and around the cartilage towards the center point where it becomes darker. Never start off going too dark too quick, because then the premise of the whole drawing will be too dark in the beginning, and then it's far more difficult to go lighter. We always want to start off light to dark. And this is a principle then of how we would want to start the ear. Again, from the outside around the structure of the ear, back to the bottom of the lobe, up to the center point on the turn of the ear, where the darkest part is. From there we move around the lobe at the top to the adjacent cartilage, around the turning point of the lobe, back up to the top, and we start to identify our darker points, building up estimate of tonal value and fading out. And this is how the tonal value would work. helps in relation to building the ear, structuring, and tonal value. Also remember, structure first, never just see the outline, especially in terms of drawing the ear. The ear, we start off looking at the structure of the shape, building up towards the inside, volumes according to contour, structure to aid the process of tonal value.